Alright, so I have an Xbox One. And when I plugged it in earlier, it's making a weird noise, man. It's actually like the fan's running or something. So yeah, I'm not sure what that's all about, but let's go ahead. Power it on. It turned on for a few seconds and then turned back off. Let's switch over to scene 2. I heard the hard drive kick on. Or no, maybe that's the DVD drive, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so let's open it up and see what's going on. Has it ever been opened before? I don't think so. Alright, so I think the first thing I'm going to do is try a new hard drive. You know what I think that noise is? I think that noise is the power supply. Yeah, I think that's what that noise is. Huh. Fairly certain a power supply is not supposed to sound like that. Alright, so let's plug it in. Power supply only. Yeah, no, this thing's about to blow up. Alright, so how do you disassemble this thing? How do you disassemble this device? I think this thing's just clipped together. Alright, so it looks like everything's discharged. Well, they really do not want us to repair these things, do they? I'm sure they're cheap, but let's try to remove this metal plate on the back. I guess it just grounds your AC coming in, I guess. Leave it to Microsoft to... I mean, Sony's bad enough, but good Lord, man. And not only that, they glued the sucker down. Alright. So it looks like there's some more over here, maybe? No. No, no, no. One more right here. No, that's not. How does this come off, dude? You know what? I think it's right here. Maybe right here? No? Oh, you know what? there. So this right here. There we go. Alright, let's see if anything's blown up under here. I'm assuming this functions just like the, or similar to the PS4 power supplies, meaning that you have AC voltage coming in that goes to a rectifier. This is the relay that I guess activates the 12 volts. This looks like the rectifier. This is your 12 volt transformer right here. And that's probably being controlled by these chips. You have your optocouplers right here. This is most likely the feedback path. It's 10 to the 5th, right? So 1 meg, or maybe that's to the 6th. I can't really see it. Let's look under the microscope. Yeah, 10 to the 6th. Just like they were on the PS4's power supply. You have that feedback path going back to your IC that to tell it to produce 12 volts or not to produce 12 volts, or how, you know what I'm saying, power factor correction, I mean. But it's like but this thing has a humming or a buzzing noise, so that seems like it's like a coil. I don't know, let's just give the back here a look and see what we can see. I don't know if there used to be something there or not. What are these, man? Are those like chips or something, or are they just spacers? Probably just spacers. Yeah, so what is this chip? This is a EA19162, and this one is not that. It's something different. It's a diode. Yeah, I mean these look. That's where I desoldered. All the components look okay. And I don't have a schematic for this, so I mean there's. I do not have a schematic for this, so I wouldn't even. And then everything's so crammed in there, bruh. See if I can get to the focus at the bottom here. There's another TEA chip. 19. That's 1995. So is this one for the 12 volts? Or is all this down in here? I have no idea what any of that stuff is. Or what it does, rather. There's a 0 ohm resistor. I'm afraid to plug this thing in, though, you know, just because it's, I don't know, just doesn't seem. With the PS4 ones, you can kind of, it seems to be more safe than, and I don't really have a way to test these inductors and transformers. I mean, I could own them. I think it's putting out 12 volts, but what I don't think is that it can't supply enough current to. It's kind of like that PS4. It's failing under load, and so as the console gets ready to boot, it begins to fail. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't see anything obviously wrong. And I think coil whine is what that whining noise is. I don't think, and that's typically what, when you hear people talk about a whining in a power supply, whether it's your computer's power supply or one like this, it usually is caused by. But without disassembling this entire thing, it's kind of hard to figure it out, you know. Let's do a quick test of. Let's see how much voltage we have on that capacitor. Let's hope I don't blow anything up messing with this. I do not like messing with power supplies. Yeah. You see how it's jumping around? It shouldn't be jumping around. It should be a steady voltage at around 400 volts or so. Let's can we detect what is clicking? And you see how quickly that voltage is draining? It shouldn't be draining that fast. It should not be draining that fast. It's like it's like there's a short. Unless these power supplies are supposed to do that. Which is possible, I suppose. I don't know. That clicking thing. And it seems like it's coming from underneath this. That's what it seems like to me. So let's let's just verify with the capacitor discharge apparatus. Yeah, you see it, there's nothing. I mean, this thing doesn't hold voltage. But perhaps it's that design that way. So let's let's check 12 volts. Are we getting 12 volts? Are we getting 12 volts? I'm sure we are. We have to be getting 12 volts because but I bet it's bouncing around like that power factor correction voltage. It's probably bouncing around. So let's plug it back in. Let's be very careful. No, I mean, it's a solid 12 volts. It's a solid 12 volts. I can't figure out. Yeah, this thing definitely has some issues. I don't know. I think I'm just going to replace the power supply. I think the power supply is bad. I'm not saying that that's the only thing wrong with that console, but that power supply should not sound like that. So let me find another power supply and then we'll go from there. Alright. So I've got a power supply from another one in here. Let's plug this one in. And notice how it doesn't make that clicking noise, that little whining clicking noise. And the fan's spinning. So let's turn the console on. Actually, let's plug in HDMI. Let's plug in HDMI. Let's power it on. See if it turns on. I got video out. Come on, give me some video, man. Come on, you can do it. There we go, dude. There we go. Good. Good. All right, so we definitely know that power supply was the issue. So yeah, so I'm going to order up a power supply for this one. And I think we'll call this one good, man. I just don't want to mess. That power supply is too cramped. I would have to remove a bunch of things just to troubleshoot it. Remove all the glue that they've put in there. And I don't feel like doing that. It is not worth my time to do that. So yeah. Alright, so that's another video down. I learned something. I've never worked on an Xbox One X, and so it was a learning experience. Because this just outputs 12 volts into the motherboard, and then from there it generates all the other voltages from that 12 volts. So yeah. Alright, man, so that'll be it for this one. And the next one I'm going to do is another Xbox One X, but when you press the power button, it just makes a noise. It doesn't do anything other than that. And I'll explain that one when I get to that one. All right, man, that's it.